All right, so I'm gonna go a little deep here, but first I'm gonna paint a picture for you. I just had, yet again, a really wonderful weekend with my mastermind group. And if you're not familiar with that term, it's basically a group of people who get together and try to help each other win, overcome obstacles and things like that. But this particular group that I'm a part of is a group that goes really deep, both professionally and personally. So let me paint a little bit of a picture for you. If your marriage fails, if your children flounder and suffer and don't thrive, if your health is falling apart, if you suffer from anxiety, depression, when life just seems incredibly hard, quite often, if you're like me in the past, you think, well, I just need to try harder. I just need to learn more. I just need to, in essence, be Superman and be somebody who can overcome these obstacles by myself. Maybe I'll watch a video or read a book or something like that, and maybe it'll all work out. Anyway, I want to let you in on something here. Just because you're breathing air, I like to say, just because you're sucking wind, doesn't mean that you're good at anything. It doesn't mean that you're good at fixing transmissions. It doesn't mean that you're good at relationships. It doesn't mean that you can understand your own psyche, let alone how, things in your past, trauma and otherwise, have affected how you view yourself and those around you. Just because you're breathing doesn't make you good at brain surgery. Just because you're breathing and you have a ton of emotion around something and you care deeply doesn't mean that you know how to solve those problems. Doesn't mean that you can do it. So with my my mastermind, the men that I've surrounded myself with, I gotta say, I'm so grateful that I'm surrounded by men with heart, men who understand very succinctly that not only can they not do this life by themselves, that they don't need to and they shouldn't. The Bible says that in the counsel of many there's safety, or one translation says in the counsel of many there's wisdom. And what I love is we all have strengths and weaknesses and blind spots and kryptonites and things like that. And what I love is that when you surround yourself with people who care for you, people who see you, people who see the riches, the gold inside of you, and they call that up, they call that out, they validate it, they name it. It's amazing what starts to shift inside of you, as well as people who see your weaknesses, who see your blind spots, who see your areas that you tend to wander in and so on. And they call that out, they call that up. This weekend was one of those weekends that was honestly a little bit scary because, I had to share some things in my life that I was uncertain about. I've been through a season of just struggling with some anxiety and depression and emotional ups and downs, all that kind of stuff. What was really, really awesome though is I was able to sit at a table with 10 men. I'm not saying guys, right? I'm talking men who care for me, who have invested in me for years, who were able to see me as I am, to validate some things, to ask really powerful questions, to help me not only take ownership of the situation, but to see further into the future, some hope. Anyway, I want to encourage you that not everybody needs a mastermind like this, right? But everybody needs people who care for them, people who they feel safe around, people that they are connected to in a way that goes below the surface. People who they, let me paint a picture this way. And the Bible says that a friend sticks closer than a brother. Well, you go to jail, your family, they have to bail you out, right? They have to be your friend. But when someone chooses to, right? When they choose to be your friend, when they choose to enter into your pain, enter into your chaos, that really, really means something. Choice, right? Love being a choice is incredibly powerful. And ISI, Iron Sharpens Iron Mastermind, is the group that I'm a part of, and it's not for everybody. It's mainly entrepreneurs, business owners, people who are, on a leadership level, men who really, really want to be great husbands and great dads, who want to, run a business that's honorable and has an impact. One thing I love about our group too is that we don't tie a nice bow on things that are really hard. We don't tie a nice bow on things that are, mistakes we've made. We learn from those things with a lot of grace, a lot of dignity, and we move on. And I sure hope that you can surround yourself with people who know you, who you feel comfortable being really vulnerable with, and can not only be there for you and fill in those gaps and ask great questions, but for you to bring the greatest good inside of you, your greatest riches, to have an impact on them, to validate those things that you see that are gold, to see the things in them that might be gaps, things in them that are not so gold, and to ask great questions, to help them gain clarity around those things, so that they don't fall as hard if and when they fall, so that their marriages thrive, their ability to parent thrives, so that they can cross the finish line in one piece and not just survive, but thrive and make a difference in a world that's, coming apart at the seams. You can't do it on your own. You shouldn't do it on your own. And when you surround yourself with people that are growth-minded, that are courageous and genuine of heart, get ready for a life that is not bigger, but just better.